Welcome you all. Now we are going to discuss about Pearson correlation coefficient, otherwise called as Pearson product movement correlation. Correlation analysis, which is used to quantify the relationship between two continuous variables. The sign of the correlation coefficient indicates the direction of the relationship. The magnitude of the correlation coefficient indicates the strength of the association or strength of the relationship. Pearson R varies between +1 and -1, where +1 is a perfect positive correlation and -1 is a perfect negative correlation. 0 means there is no linear correlation. Types of correlation: on the basis of degree of correlation, positive correlation, negative correlation, 0 or no correlation. On the basis of number of variables, simple correlation. In simple correlation we have only two variables and find out the relationship between the two variables is called as simple correlation. Partial correlation. Partial correlation is the measure of association between two variables while controlling or adjusting the effect of one or more additional variables. For example, we can take sales value and price of the particular product controlling the variable called income. Partial correlation can be used in many cases that assess for the relationship, like whether or not the sales value of a particular commodity is related to the expenditure on advertising when effect of the price is controlled. Multiple correlation. 3 or more variables used here to measure the relationship between the variables is called as multiple correlation. On the basis of linearity, linear correlation and non-linear correlation. This is the diagrammatic representation of positive correlation, negative correlation, no correlation. Linear correlation. A correlation is linear when linear correlation. A correlation is linear when two variable changes at a constant rate and satisfying the equation y is equal to ax plus b. Non-linear correlation. A correlation is non-linear when two variables don't change at constant rate. In this case, the relationship between the variables does not graph as the straight line, it is linear. So it's not linear, it's a curve linear. So it's called as non-linear correlation. Then monotonic correlation. In monotonic correlation, the relationship is monotonic. The variables tend to move in the same line but not necessarily at the constant rate. Not necessarily at the constant rate. So this is called as monotonic correlation. Positive correlation exists if one variable increases simultaneously with the other. That is, the high numerical value of one variable related to the high numerical value of other variable. For example, if we increase in the reading time, the mark also increasing. The relationship between reading time and mark is positive, meaning that if we increase the reading time, proportionately the mark also increase. That is positive correlation. Negative correlation exists if one variable decreases when the other increases. That is, high numerical values of one variable related to the low numerical value of the other. For example, if price increases, demand decreases. This is negatively correlated. If price increases means the demand of the particular product is decreases. This is called negative correlation. Rule of thumb for interpreting the size of a correlation coefficient. If correlation result is 0.9021 or minus 0.902 minus 1, very high positive correlation, otherwise negative correlation. 0.702 0.90 or minus 0.702 minus 0.90, high positive or negative correlation. 0.502 0.70, moderate positive or negative correlation. 0.302 0.50, low positive or negative correlation. 0.002 0.30, negligible correlation. Assumptions of Pearson coefficient correlation. Two variables should be measured at the interval or ratio level data, that is continuous variable. Second one, linear relationship between the variables. Third one, independent cases, that is the values for all variables across cases are unrelated and no cases can influence another case on any variable. Fourth one, random sample of data from the population. Fifth one, variables should be approximately normally distributed. Last one, no significant outliers. Now let us discuss how to calculate R value using SPSS.